What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a brand new transfer news and Liverpool news video. And we have so many big topics today. The first one is that the finance expert Kieran Maguire has said that the new Liverpool manager, whoever that will be, will land a huge budget because FSG have spent very smartly and very wisely, and because the Premier League are enforcing their new profit and sustainability rules much stricter and the financial fair play rules much stricter. That means that Liverpool will or can outspend their Premier League top 6 rivals. Jurgen Klopp's replacement at Liverpool is set to have a huge transfer budget available to him in the summer transfer window, which is massive news. And we also have a big transfer target that Liverpool could sign in the summer transfer window, because Fabrizio Romano also revealed that Liverpool were close to signing a centre-back from Salzburg, so more on that later. Federico Chiesa's contract is expiring, so Liverpool have been linked with Chiesa as well, plus Thiago suffered an injury setback. So we will have all these details in this video presented to you guys. So if you are new around here, or if you just enjoy my videos, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you are new, and also turn on the bell notification so you never miss the latest news around Liverpool FC. And the next manager, who could be likely a Xabi Alonso, could benefit from Liverpool's very smart transfer dealings by landing a huge transfer budget. Kieran Maguire, speaking to Football Insider, said, when it comes to the transfer market, Liverpool have been one of the leading clubs when it comes to spending smart rather than spending big. They also have been very good at generating money from player sales, and I absolutely love it that Liverpool are always selling players at a very good value or even above their valuation. We sold a lot of players for their market value or close to that, or in some instances way above their market value. Put those two factors together, Maguire, financial expert, outlines, and the new coach in the summer will inherit a huge budget thanks to Liverpool's flexibility in terms of FFP. That isn't necessarily matched by their rival clubs in the Big Six. This can only be to their benefit because every manager wants to stamp their own style and their philosophy onto the club, onto the playing staff. Every manager wants to bring in a few of his own players. In the case of Liverpool, that will be very much done in conjunction with the senior executives who form part of the recruitment committee. Liverpool have a brilliant data analysis team and a scouting department team, which always pick the most smart transfers that fit into the Liverpool playing style perfectly. And this same team are also picking Liverpool's next manager in terms of who can get the best out of this Liverpool squad, and also what this Liverpool squad, the playing style that we can play with it, which manager fits that playing style the most. And it's about time that FSG loosened and the purse strings. I just got there in the end, sorry about that. Because Liverpool in the last 5 years have a lower net spend than 8 other Premier League clubs. So 8 other Premier League clubs have spent more on transfers net than Liverpool in the past 5 years. And of course a lot of Liverpool fans, including myself, have been criticizing FSG, so you can imagine how happy I am that now we are getting reports that Liverpool will spend big. But I will only believe it when I see it, because FSG have made false promises to the fans before. We have been linked with Mbappe for years, we have been linked with Jude Bellingham for years, and we couldn't land either of those targets. I'm not really upset about Mbappe because that was always a shoot for the moon and if you miss, land among the stars scenario. But Bellingham, I think we could have had Bellingham, but he ultimately chose Real Madrid. And also we have the money to spend because we bid 110 million for Moises Caicedo. Thank goodness he didn't end up at Liverpool, because I think that would have been probably twice what he's really worth, and Liverpool ended up spending it on Szoboszlai, Gravenberch, McAllister and Endo. I think that's still a fantastic piece of transfer business in the summer transfer window, and if we can nail the next summer transfer window like that under a new manager, I'm very optimistic for Liverpool's future, even though Jurgen Klopp is leaving the club. How do you see Liverpool's future? Let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear your opinion. And also I want to apologize for not uploading a Liverpool news video yesterday. I was in another city where my father lives. You know that he had a stroke last April. He recovered brilliantly. He's now walking about, but he's moving into not a nursing home but a new flat where he will have doctors nearby, and he will have everything that he needs taken care of, and he will be the sole owner of that flat. So we started already moving his furniture. From today the daily uploads will be back as usual, and even though we missed out on the Champions League, we still spent a quite considerable amount of money, close to 200 million in the summer transfer window. And now with Liverpool having a bigger stadium with increased capacity, that means more match day revenue. From next season we will have 61,000 people at every home game, and also we will almost certainly qualify for the Champions League next season, which will be absolutely massive for Liverpool's finances as well. We will be able to spend more money on transfers in the summer transfer window, and no Liverpool fan really wants to spend crazy like Man City did back in the day, or like what Chelsea have done. We just want to spend enough that we have a very competitive squad with deep strength in depth, so two really good players in each position. I think Liverpool have that right now, but with Matip and Thiago leaving, with Salah, Trent and Van Dijk, their contracts need to be renewed. Liverpool still have to spend in every summer transfer window at least, keep strengthening the team, to keep getting stronger, to replace some of the leaving players, to replace some of the older aging players as well, or in the case of Thiago, the injury prone players as well. So I'm really excited about this news, and I'm really looking forward to Liverpool hopefully landing one or two really big players. Especially we need potentially a left-sided centre-back who can alternate with Van Dijk, because yes, we have Gomez, we have Kwanzaa, we have Konate, we have Van Dijk. So in theory, that's 4 centre-backs. But Gomez usually plays right back or left back nowadays, and I think we need to replace Joao Matip in the squad, and also Van Dijk might either leave or he might get older and start going down in terms of his performances. So we need to sign the long-term replacement of Virgil van Dijk, and we don't want to do that when we are already desperate for a centre-back. We want to do it maybe 1 year earlier. Fabrizio Romano also on his Here We Go podcast on Friday said that Liverpool were very close to signing a new centre-back in the January transfer window. He said Liverpool were never close to completing a signing in the January transfer window, but they were offered a nice possibility, an interesting possibility with Umar Soley at Salzburg as new centre-back, a player that Liverpool have been scouting for a long time. So they weren't close per se, but they were discussing the possibility with Jörg Schmadtke, the German director at Liverpool, who knows the player so well. Liverpool were discussing the possibility of signing Umar Soley from Salzburg as a new centre-back. Then Liverpool decided not to sign any player. They were never close to signing Andre or any other player despite the rumours. Soley was in the list at Napoli and also at Lens, but he ended up staying at Salzburg, so there will probably be kind of a big fight for Umar Soley's signature in the summer transfer window. And also now we know that Liverpool as a club knew that Jurgen Klopp was stepping down at the end of the season, even at the start of the January transfer window, and it makes sense to save those funds for the next manager. Because if we sign a new young centre-back, the next manager would want to sign somebody different. So I think it made sense with Liverpool's injury fears easing a little bit, and we got a little bit lucky that Joe Gomez and Conor Bradley could really step up in the January period and play at left back and right back in place of Trent and Robertson, who are still two of the best fullbacks. But for Liverpool to plug those gaps internally from the youth academy with Conor Bradley and with Joe Gomez as a makeshift left back, he has done absolutely amazingly there. So the Jurgen Klopp will have a big decision to make, who to play against Burnley. I think Endo comes straight back into the side. Thiago suffered an injury setback though, which is really worrying, because this could be signaling the end of his career at Liverpool. And it's absolutely heartbreaking that he played like what, 10 minutes against Arsenal, and he suffered another muscle injury after being 10 months out. I actually feel very sorry for Thiago at this point. Imagine how he feels. Imagine how he deals with this mentally. Footballers usually have a short career, 15, maybe 20 years if they are lucky. So if you miss 1 year out of your career through injury, that's already devastating. But when you are over 30 years old and you have maybe another 2, 3, 4 really good years, imagine if one of those years is gone because of an injury. And it also must mess up Thiago's mind actually as well, because he was training so hard, working so hard for 10 months, waiting for that moment to again go out on the pitch and play, and then he suffers an injury setback. It's absolutely devastating. And Paul Joyce revealed Thiago suffered a muscle injury. It's a hamstring injury that Thiago has picked up, and the severity of the injury, depending on the diagnosis, could see him being ruled out until the end of the season, which would be absolutely devastating. I don't even want to contemplate that scenario. So there is still no clear diagnosis of how long Thiago will be out for. Liverpool already have Dominic Szoboszlai injured, and it's no coincidence that Szoboszlai and Salah, who played the most football out of anybody at Liverpool until January, they both suffered hamstring injuries. They basically ran into the ground because of Thiago and Bajcetic being injured, and also because of probably Jota being injured from the strikers department. We had to play Salah pretty much in every game, and we had to play Szoboszlai in almost every game. Szoboszlai got rested in the Europa League and sometimes in the League Cup as well, but he still played too much football. And now that they both broke down with hamstring injuries, hopefully Liverpool will be able to rotate more. But thankfully, Wataru is back in the squad. Conor Bradley is back in the squad after sadly burying his father and attending his funeral. It's absolutely a heartbreaking story, but hopefully they can both start against Burnley, and probably Trent needs another week to get back to full match fitness, full match sharpness. Trent wasn't fully fit when he had to play against Arsenal, so that wasn't an ideal scenario either. And now let's talk about Federico Chiesa. It has been reported that Liverpool are paying close attention to the situation of Federico Chiesa, because his contract is running out at the end of the season, and he's in 2025. In theory, in the summer, Chiesa could be for sale if he doesn't sign a new contract with Juventus. Juve's sporting director Cristiano Giontoli is working hard on a number of issues, with new deals in the works with Rabiot, Vlahovic and Chiesa. I mean, those are three of the most important players at Juventus, especially Vlahovic and Chiesa. That is their two best attacking players. So of course they are desperate to keep them. But Chiesa could be a long-term replacement for even Mo Salah, or he can play on the left wing as well. So this is making Liverpool take notice, and they are very interested in Chiesa. We have been linked with him in 2021. So they will wait until the summer to see whether Chiesa extends his contract or not. But if he doesn't, then we could offer Juventus a little bit less money than his market value, because we could say to them, if you are not selling us Chiesa and he doesn't sign a new contract, you are losing him for nothing next summer. So it's going to be a very interesting situation, and one worth keep an eye on. So I will keep you guys updated if anything happens. And that's it for today's video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it, and I will try to upload more during the weekend. Liverpool play Burnley tomorrow, so we will post post-match analysis video of that as well. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Have a lovely day. See you later. Goodbye.